The Power of Saying Less is written and published by Audiobook Hub. Introduction. Have you ever spoken and felt like no one was really listening? Have you ever explained something but realized your words didn't have the impact you wanted? If you've ever felt unheard, overlooked, or ineffective in your communication, this book is for you. Words have power, but only when used the right way. Many people believe that talking more makes them sound smarter or more persuasive, but the truth is, the more you talk, the less people listen. The most respected voices are the ones that speak with clarity, confidence, and purpose. In this book, you will learn how to communicate in a way that commands attention and respect. You will discover how to remove unnecessary words, speak with impact, and use silence as a tool of authority. You will gain the ability to control conversations, influence others, and make every word count. By the time you finish this book, you won't just be speaking, you'll be leading. You'll have the skills to express yourself clearly, make people take you seriously, and leave a lasting impression every time you open your mouth. If you're ready to change the way you speak and transform the way people see you, let's... Chapter 1. Master the skill of speaking with clarity. Speaking with clarity is a skill that transforms the way people listen to you. When you speak clearly, your words carry more weight, your ideas become easier to understand, and your presence commands respect. Clarity is not just about using fewer words, it's about making every word count. It's about ensuring that when you speak, people don't just hear you, they understand you. Many people struggle with this. They talk in circles, over-explain, or fill their speech with unnecessary details. They assume that saying more makes them sound knowledgeable, but the opposite is true. The more unnecessary words you use, the less powerful your message becomes. People tune out. They get lost in the noise. But when you speak with clarity, your words cut through distractions and leave a lasting impact. So, how do you master this skill? It starts with a simple but powerful shift in mindset. Speak to be understood, not to impress. Many people speak in a way that makes them sound important, but true influence comes from being understood. When you communicate clearly, people don't have to work to figure out what you mean. They get it instantly, and that's when your words start to make a real difference. The first step to clear speaking is knowing exactly what you want to say. If you don't have clarity in your own mind, you won't have clarity in your words. Before you speak, take a moment to organize your thoughts. What is the core message you want to deliver? What is the main idea you need the listener to walk away with? If you can't answer those questions before you speak, chances are your words will be scattered and your message will get lost. Speaking with clarity also means choosing the right words. Some people use complex language to sound intelligent, but intelligence isn't about using big words. It's about making big ideas easy to understand. The most powerful speakers use simple, direct language that reaches people on a deeper level. When you simplify your words, you don't lose impact, you gain it. People remember messages that are clear and direct, not ones that make them struggle to understand. But clarity isn't just about the words you use, it's also about how you deliver them. Your tone, pace, and body language all play a role in making your message clear. If you rush through your words, people won't catch everything you say. If you mumble or speak too softly, your message loses strength. Speaking with clarity means being intentional about your voice, speaking at a steady pace, articulating your words, and emphasizing key points so that they land with power. Another essential part of clear communication is knowing when to pause. Silence is a tool that most people don't use enough. Instead of filling every second with words, Allow pauses to give your message room to breathe. A well-placed pause adds weight to what you're saying. It gives people a moment to absorb your words. It creates anticipation. When you master the art of pausing, your speech feels more confident and controlled. A major reason why people struggle with clear speaking is that they don't listen enough. Speaking well isn't just about talking, it's about understanding your audience. If you don't know what matters to the people you're speaking to, your words won't connect. When you truly listen to others, you learn what they care about, what confuses them, and what resonates with them. This allows you to shape your message in a way that makes sense to them. The best communicators are not just great speakers, they are great listeners. Another key to speaking with clarity is removing unnecessary details. Many people think that giving more information makes their message stronger, but too much information can have the opposite effect. When you overload your speech with details, your main point gets buried. People don't remember everything, they remember the key message. The most impactful speakers know how to strip away the unnecessary and focus only on what truly matters. One of the biggest challenges people face when trying to speak clearly is dealing with nerves. When people feel nervous, they tend to ramble, use more filler words, and lose focus. The best way to overcome this is preparation. When you know exactly what you want to say, you feel more confident. And when you feel confident, you speak with clarity and conviction. Preparation doesn't mean memorizing a script. It means knowing your message so well that you can deliver it naturally. Confidence also comes from trusting your voice. Many people hesitate when they speak because they doubt themselves. They second-guess their words as they're saying them, and that uncertainty shows. The key is to believe in what you're saying. When you speak with certainty, people listen. Confidence isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's about speaking with a conviction that makes people pay attention. One of the best ways to improve clarity is by practicing intentional speech. This means making a habit of speaking with purpose every day. Before you enter a conversation, remind yourself to be clear. If you catch yourself over-explaining, stop and simplify. If you notice yourself using too many filler words, slow down and refocus. Over time, these small adjustments become second nature, and speaking with clarity becomes effortless. The ability to speak with clarity is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. It improves your personal relationships, makes you more persuasive, and gives you a presence that people respect. Clarity creates impact. When you speak in a way that people instantly understand, you don't just communicate, you connect. You don't just say words, you leave a message that stays with people. Speaking clearly isn't about changing who you are. It's about refining how you express yourself so that your words carry the meaning and impact they were meant to have. It's about removing the barriers that weaken your message and embracing the power of simplicity. When you master the skill of speaking with clarity, you gain more than just better communication. You gain influence, respect, and the ability to truly be heard. Chapter 2. Choose your words wisely to command respect. Words shape perception. The way you speak influences how people see you, how they respond to you, and the level of respect you command. When you choose your words carefully, you project confidence, intelligence, and authority. When you speak carelessly, your message loses strength, and people are less likely to take you seriously. Every word carries weight, and understanding this gives you the power to influence others in a way that is both strategic and impactful. Respect isn't demanded, it's earned. And one of the fastest ways to earn it is by speaking in a way that makes people stop and listen. People respect those who communicate with purpose. When your words are intentional and well chosen, you don't have to work hard to get people's attention. They naturally take you seriously because they sense the value in what you say. To command respect, you must eliminate weak language. Weak language makes you sound unsure, hesitant, or unprepared. Phrases like "I think," "I guess," or "maybe" create doubt, even if your point is valid. When you replace weak phrases with strong, decisive language, your words carry more authority. Instead of saying, "I think this is a good idea," say, "This is a good idea because," that small shift changes how people perceive you. It shows confidence, and confidence attracts respect. Avoid over-explaining. When you give unnecessary explanations, it weakens your message. People who command respect speak directly. They trust that their words are enough. Over-explaining can make you seem uncertain, as if you need to justify your point. Instead, say what needs to be said, and leave it at that. When people know that you speak with purpose, they will listen more closely. Another important aspect of choosing your words wisely is knowing when to speak and when to stay silent. Not every situation requires a response. Some people talk just to fill the space, but the more you speak without purpose, the less impact your words have. Speaking less and with intention makes your words more valuable. People listen to those who don't waste words. When you speak only when necessary, your words carry more weight. Your tone matters just as much as your words. If your voice is uncertain, it won't matter how well you choose your words. People won't take you seriously. Speak with a steady, controlled voice. Avoid speaking too fast or too softly. A strong voice conveys certainty. When your tone matches the confidence in your words, people believe what you say. One of the biggest mistakes people make is apologizing unnecessarily. Saying sorry when you haven't done anything wrong weakens your presence. If you're late or have made an actual mistake, an apology is appropriate. But if you apologize for simply expressing an opinion or taking up space, you diminish your own importance. Instead of saying, "Sorry, but I just wanted to add something," say, "I have something important to add." That shift changes the way people perceive you. Be direct, but not harsh. Commanding respect is not about being aggressive or intimidating. It's about being clear and confident. People respect those who can communicate their thoughts without being rude or dismissive. When you speak with certainty, but also with consideration, people will be more open to listening to you. Eliminate unnecessary qualifiers. Words like "just kind of" or "sort of" weaken your message. Saying, "I just wanted to say," makes your statement feel less important. Instead say, "I want to say." Small adjustments like this make a big difference in how people respond to you. Every word should add to your strength, not take away from it. Precision in language is essential. The more specific you are, the more credible you sound. Vague statements lead to confusion, while clear, precise language builds trust. Instead of saying, "Things need to improve," say, "We need to improve our response time by 20%. Specificity shows that you know what you're talking about. People respect those who speak with clarity and certainty. Confidence in speech also comes from knowledge. If you want to command respect, make sure you know what you're talking about. Nothing weakens your presence more than speaking on a subject you don't fully understand. People can sense when someone is speaking without real knowledge, and it damages credibility. If you're not sure about something, it's better to say, "I'll look into that," rather than pretending to know. Honesty builds respect. Know your audience. Choosing your words wisely isn't just about clarity, it's about connection. The way you speak to a colleague should be different from the way you speak to a close friend. Adjusting your language based on the situation shows emotional intelligence, and emotional intelligence earns respect. When people see that you understand the dynamics of a conversation, they are more likely to take you seriously. Your words should reflect your self-respect. If you undervalue yourself in speech, others will too. Speaking with self-assurance sets the standard for how others treat you. When you communicate with strength, people respond with respect. Strong communication isn't just about what you say, it's about what people hear. If your words are unclear, vague, or filled with hesitation, people will tune out. But when you choose your words with care, every sentence becomes a statement of strength. The way you speak shapes the way you are perceived. Speak with intention, speak with clarity, speak with confidence, and the world will listen. Chapter 3. Speak less to make your voice more powerful. Speaking less is not about being silent, it's about making every word count. People who speak with power understand that words lose their impact when they are overused. The more unnecessary words you use, the more your voice fades into the background. But when you speak with intention, people don't just hear you, they pay attention. They wait for your words because they know each one carries weight. Why do people talk too much? Many believe that if they say more, they will appear more knowledgeable or persuasive. But this is a mistake. When you say too much, the core of your message gets lost. People stop listening because they are overwhelmed by information that doesn't matter. The most powerful voices belong to those who speak less but say more. They don't waste words, and as a result, their words hold power. To make your voice more powerful, you must understand that speaking less does not mean withholding information. It means delivering your message in the most direct and meaningful way possible. People respect those who communicate efficiently. If you take too long to make a point, others will lose interest. But when you are concise, people absorb your words fully. One way to master this skill is to train yourself to pause before speaking. Most people speak without thinking. They fill conversations with unnecessary details because they feel the need to respond instantly. But those who command attention take a moment to gather their thoughts. This brief pause gives them control over their words and ensures that what they say is intentional. It eliminates the habit of speaking just for the sake of speaking. Another key to speaking less while increasing your impact is recognizing when your message has already been received. Many people repeat themselves because they are afraid they weren't clear the first time. But if you deliver your words with confidence, you don't need to say the same thing twice. Repeating yourself weakens your message. When you trust that your words were strong enough the first time, others will believe it too. Listening is just as important as speaking. Those who listen more and talk less gain a better understanding of their surroundings. They pick up on details that others miss. This awareness allows them to respond with precision instead of guessing. When you listen carefully, you don't have to say much to make a powerful impact. You can address exactly what needs to be said without adding unnecessary words. When you limit your words, you increase their value. Imagine two people giving advice, one who talks for 20 minutes without a clear message, and another who speaks for 2 minutes with a statement that sticks. The second person leaves a lasting impression because their words were sharp and intentional. People remember statements that are clear and direct, not ones buried in excess talking. Another reason speaking less makes your voice stronger is that it builds anticipation. When you speak only when necessary, people take notice. They recognize that when you do speak, it matters. This is how leaders, influencers, and respected individuals gain authority. They are not constantly talking, they are strategically choosing when to contribute. Speaking less also gives you control over conversations. When you are intentional with your words, you dictate the flow of communication instead of reacting to it. Many people feel the need to fill silence with words, but those who understand the power of restraint know that silence can be just as impactful as speech. Sometimes, the absence of words makes people lean in, waiting for what will be said next. A strong voice is not about volume, it's about precision. If your words are filled with fluff, people stop taking them seriously. If your speech is direct, every sentence has impact. The goal is to remove anything that weakens your message. Instead of explaining an idea in a long-winded way, say exactly what needs to be said and nothing more. One way to develop this skill is to practice eliminating unnecessary words in daily conversations. Before speaking, ask yourself, is this necessary? Does it add value? If not, hold back. Over time, this habit strengthens your ability to speak with impact. You will notice that people begin to listen more attentively because they know your words matter. A powerful voice is built on discipline. It takes awareness to resist the urge to say more than necessary. But once you develop this skill, it changes the way people perceive you. They see you as someone who speaks with purpose, someone whose words are worth listening to. And in a world filled with noise, those who master the art of saying less stand out the most. Chapter 4. Control your speech. To control your influence. Controlling your speech is one of the most effective ways to control your influence. The way you communicate determines how others perceive you, how they respond to you, and whether your words hold weight. When you master your speech, you gain the ability to shape conversations, command respect, and leave a lasting impact. Most people speak without considering the effect their words have on others. They react instead of responding. They talk without structure, allowing emotions to dictate their speech. But those who understand the power of controlled speech know that every word carries influence. They don't speak impulsively. They think before they talk. They choose their words carefully, ensuring that every sentence strengthens their message instead of weakening it. To control your influence, you must first recognize the importance of timing. Speaking at the wrong moment can cause your words to lose impact. When you interrupt, rush, or force a point into a conversation that isn't ready for it, people tune you out. But when you wait for the right moment, your words land with force. Timing makes the difference between being ignored and being heard. Another key to controlling your speech is knowing when to hold back. Silence is a tool that few people use effectively. When you resist the urge to speak immediately, you give yourself the opportunity to analyze the situation. You can observe the reactions of others, gauge their emotions, and adjust your approach. This makes your words more strategic, ensuring they are received the way you intend. Impulsive speech weakens influence. When you speak without control, you risk saying things that don't align with your message. Many people regret words spoken in moments of frustration or excitement because they weren't chosen carefully. But those who master their speech avoid this mistake. They pause, they think, they speak with purpose. The tone of your voice plays a crucial role in influence. Words alone are not enough. How you say them determines how they are received. If your tone is uncertain, people will doubt you. If it's overly aggressive, they will resist you. A steady, composed tone commands attention without forcing it. It makes people take you seriously without feeling pressured. One of the greatest mistakes people make is speaking to be heard rather than to be understood. They focus on getting their words out instead of making sure their message is clear. But true influence comes from clarity. It comes from structuring your words in a way that ensures people not only hear you but fully grasp your meaning. Listening is a critical part of controlled speech. The more you listen, the better you understand the people around you. This understanding allows you to tailor your words in a way that resonates. When you listen first and speak second, your words become more impactful because they directly address what matters most in the conversation. Strong communication is not about saying everything, it's about saying the right things. People who control their speech know how to filter their thoughts. They don't say everything that comes to mind. They eliminate anything that doesn't add value. This discipline makes their words more effective because every sentence serves a purpose. Confidence in speech comes from certainty. When you know what you're talking about, you don't need to over-explain, justify, or fill gaps with unnecessary words. You say what needs to be said and trust that it is enough. This level of control makes people respect you because they recognize the strength in your words. Mastering your speech also means avoiding reactive language. Emotional outbursts, defensive explanations, and rushed responses weaken your influence. But when you control your speech, you stay composed even in difficult conversations. You don't let emotions dictate your words. You choose them carefully, ensuring they align with your goals. People who control their speech don't seek validation through words. They don't feel the need to prove themselves in every conversation. They understand that influence comes from the quality of their words, not the quantity. Because of this, they speak less but with greater impact. Influence is built over time. Every conversation is an opportunity to strengthen or weaken it. Those who control their speech consistently gain more respect because their words are always meaningful. They don't waste time with small talk, unnecessary arguments, or empty statements. They focus on what matters, and because of this, people listen. Controlled speech creates authority. When you speak with precision, people see you as a leader. They trust your words because they know they are intentional. The more disciplined you are in your speech, the more influence you gain. By mastering your words, you take control of the way the world responds to you. Speak with clarity. Speak with intention. Speak with control. And watch how your influence grows. Chapter 5. Remove unnecessary words to sharpen your message. The strength of your message depends on clarity. When your words are sharp and precise, they leave no room for doubt. People understand you immediately, and your message stays with them. But when you clutter your speech with unnecessary words, your message loses impact. It becomes diluted, weaker, and forgettable. Removing unnecessary words is not just about making your speech shorter, it's about making it stronger. Every word should serve a purpose. If a word does not add value, it takes away from your message. Many people use filler words without realizing it, phrases like you know, basically, kind of, or just. These words weaken your presence. They make you sound unsure, hesitant, or unprepared. When you remove them, your speech becomes more confident and direct. One of the fastest ways to sharpen your message is to identify and eliminate redundancy. People often repeat themselves without meaning to. They restate the same idea in slightly different ways, thinking it adds clarity. But repetition makes your message longer, not clearer. Instead of saying, "We need to make improvements so things can get better," simply say, "We need to improve." The message is the same, but the shorter version is stronger. Many people mistake wordiness for intelligence. They believe that using complex words or long sentences makes them sound more knowledgeable. But the opposite is true. The most intelligent speakers communicate with simplicity. They use words that are easy to understand because they know that true mastery lies in making complex ideas simple. Your words should be intentional. If you speak without considering whether each word is necessary, your message becomes weaker. Before speaking, ask yourself, what is the simplest way to say this? If a sentence can be shorter without losing meaning, shorten it. This makes your speech more effective. Unnecessary explanations weaken your message. If you add too many details, people lose track of the main point. Instead of saying, I believe this is the right decision because after looking at the numbers, analyzing the trends, and considering multiple factors, it seems to be the best option, say, this is the best decision based on the numbers and trends. The shorter version says everything that matters without extra words. Sharpening your message is not about rushing, it's about precision. A well-crafted sentence is more powerful than a long, unstructured one. When your words are precise, people listen more closely. They don't have to search for meaning because the meaning is clear. One way to develop this skill is by practicing brevity. When you write or speak, challenge yourself to say the same thing in fewer words. If you can remove a word without losing meaning, do it. Over time, this habit trains your mind to communicate with more impact. Pausing before you speak also helps. Many people fill silence with unnecessary words because they feel the need to respond instantly. But those who master communication take a moment to think before they talk. This brief pause allows them to eliminate unnecessary words before they even say them. Another way to sharpen your message is to focus on strong, direct language. Weak phrases like, I think, I guess, or maybe make your speech sound uncertain. Instead of saying, I think this might be a good idea, say, this is a good idea. The stronger version inspires confidence. Avoid vague language. Phrases like a lot, many, or some lack impact. Instead of saying, a lot of people agree, say, 90% agree. Specific words make your message sharper and more persuasive. Your message should be structured. A well-organized thought is easier to understand than a scattered one. Before you speak, identify the main point. Focus on delivering that point without adding unnecessary details. Confidence comes from clarity. When your words are clear and direct, people trust you. They don't have to guess what you mean because your message is sharp. The more precise you are, the more respect you gain. When you remove unnecessary words, every sentence becomes stronger. People listen more closely because they recognize the value in what you say. Your speech becomes more powerful, your influence grows, and your words leave a lasting impact. Chapter 6. Speak with purpose to leave a lasting impact. Speaking with purpose means ensuring that every word you say has meaning. It means knowing why you are speaking before you open your mouth. Words that are spoken without purpose fade quickly, but words that carry intention leave an impact. If you want people to remember what you say, you must make sure your speech is not just noise. It must have weight, direction, and significance. Many people talk just to fill space. They speak without thinking, without asking themselves whether their words are necessary or meaningful. But those who speak with purpose understand that words have power. They don't waste them. They use them to inspire, to lead, to influence. They know that a message delivered with intention stays in people's minds long after the conversation ends. To speak with purpose, you must first know your objective. Before you say anything, ask yourself, what do I want to achieve with these words? Are you trying to teach something, motivate someone, solve a problem, make a decision? If you don't know the purpose of your words, neither will the people listening to you. A clear objective makes your message stronger. A person who speaks with purpose never speaks just to be heard. They don't talk to impress people. They don't try to fill silence with meaningless words. Instead, they focus on delivering something valuable. Every sentence they say is intentional. This makes their words more powerful because people know that when they speak, it matters. One of the biggest mistakes people make is speaking without conviction. If you don't believe in your own words, how can you expect others to? Speaking with purpose requires confidence. It requires certainty. It requires standing behind what you say with full belief. When you speak with conviction, people take you seriously. They listen more closely. People who leave a lasting impact don't just say things, they mean them. Their words are not empty. They don't just tell people what they want to hear. They speak the truth, even when it's difficult. And because of this, people respect them. They trust their words. They remember what they say. Speaking with purpose also means being mindful of your tone. The way you deliver a message is just as important as the message itself. If your tone is uncertain, hesitant, or weak, your words lose strength. But when you speak with clarity, confidence, and direction, people pay attention. Your voice carries authority. Another key to purposeful speech is removing distractions. Many people fill their sentences with filler words, like, basically. These words weaken your impact. They make you sound unsure even if your message is strong. To speak with purpose, eliminate anything that does not add value. Make every word count. Listening is just as important as speaking. Those who speak with purpose know when to stay silent. They don't talk over others. They don't dominate conversations. They listen carefully, understand fully, and then respond with words that matter. This makes their speech more thoughtful, more relevant, and more effective. People remember messages that are clear, direct, and meaningful. They forget words that are scattered, unfocused, and unnecessary. If you want to leave a lasting impact, structure your thoughts before you speak. Make sure your words are organized so people can follow your message without confusion. Passion gives purpose to your words. If you speak without energy, without belief, without enthusiasm, your message loses life. But when you speak with passion, your words carry emotion. They connect with people on a deeper level. They become memorable. To develop the habit of speaking with purpose, practice self-awareness. Pay attention to your own speech patterns. Are you speaking just to fill silence, or are you communicating something meaningful? Are your words intentional, or are they scattered? The more aware you become, the more control you gain over your speech. A strong message is one that stays with people. It makes them think. It changes their perspective. It influences their choices. This kind of impact doesn't happen by accident. It happens when words are spoken with meaning, direction, and conviction. When you speak with purpose, you don't just communicate, you connect. Your words don't just fill space, they create meaning. And when your words have meaning, people listen, they remember. They are influenced. That is the power of speaking with purpose. Chapter 7. Make every word count to inspire real change. Every word you speak has the potential to shape thoughts, change perspectives, and inspire action. When you understand the power of your words, you stop using them carelessly. You become intentional, choosing only what is necessary and meaningful. Words spoken with purpose can transform lives, while words spoken without thought are forgotten as quickly as they are heard. If you want to inspire real change, you must make every word count. Many people speak without considering the weight of their words. They add unnecessary details, go off topic, or repeat themselves, hoping to sound more convincing. But true impact does not come from saying more, it comes from saying what matters. The most influential speakers in history did not use long, complicated sentences to make their points. They spoke with clarity, precision, and conviction. Before you speak, ask yourself, what do I want people to take away from this? If your words do not contribute to that goal, they are unnecessary. Every sentence should serve a purpose. If it doesn't add value, it takes away from your message. The best way to make your words count is to focus on clarity. A clear message is a powerful message. People should not have to work to understand you. The moment they feel confused, they stop listening. The more direct and simple your words are, the stronger they become. Eliminating filler words is essential. Phrases like kind of, basically, I think, or you know, weaken your speech. They make you sound uncertain. Confidence comes from speaking with precision. When you remove weak words, your statements become bold and definitive. Instead of saying, I think this might be a good idea, say, this is a good idea. The second version is stronger because it leaves no room for doubt. Emotional depth makes words more impactful. Facts alone do not inspire change. Emotion does. People remember how words make them feel more than the exact words themselves. If you want to move someone to action, your message must connect with them on a deeper level. It must tap into their desires, struggles, or ambitions. A great communicator knows how to use silence to their advantage. Many people fear pauses in speech, thinking they must fill every moment with words. But silence can be more powerful than speaking. A well-placed pause adds weight to your words. It allows the listener to absorb what you've said before you move on. Using fewer words forces people to listen more closely. If you speak too much, your message can get lost in the noise. But if you say only what is necessary, your audience knows that every word is important. They pay attention because they recognize that nothing is wasted. Inspiring real change requires choosing words that motivate. People act when they feel a sense of urgency, when they see a vision of something better, or when they feel personally connected to a message. Your words should ignite something in them. They should spark a realization, challenge an old way of thinking, or open their eyes to a new possibility. People don't need more information, they need direction. They don't need long explanations, they need clarity. If you want to inspire action, your words should not just inform, they should push people toward a decision. Every sentence should guide them toward that change. To sharpen your message, remove anything that does not serve a purpose. Many people add unnecessary background information, thinking it makes their point stronger. But too many details can dilute your message. Instead of adding more words, strengthen the ones you already have. Words spoken with passion stay with people. If you speak with energy and conviction, your message becomes more memorable. People don't just hear passion, they feel it. And when they feel it, they believe in what you're saying. If you want to be remembered, your words must be intentional. They must be carefully chosen, strategically placed, and emotionally charged. They must serve a purpose greater than just filling space. Every word should push your audience closer to understanding, action, and transformation. Real change does not happen when words are scattered and unfocused. It happens when words are sharp, clear, and full of meaning. The fewer words you use, the more weight they carry. Speak with purpose. Speak with impact. Make every word count. Chapter 8. Use silence strategically to strengthen your authority. Silence is one of the most powerful tools a speaker can use. It demands attention, creates anticipation, and gives your words greater weight. Many people fear silence, thinking it signals uncertainty or a lack of confidence. But when used correctly, silence strengthens your authority and enhances your presence. In a world filled with noise, the ability to pause and let silence speak is rare. Most people rush to fill gaps in conversation, afraid of awkwardness. They believe constant speaking makes them appear knowledgeable or persuasive. The truth is, speaking without pause can weaken your impact. When every moment is filled with words, nothing stands out. But when you learn to embrace silence, your words gain power. Authority is not just about what you say, it's also about how you carry yourself. Those who are confident in their presence do not rush to speak. They take their time, allowing their message to settle before moving on. This creates an air of control. It shows that they are deliberate, thoughtful, and self-assured. One of the greatest benefits of silence is that it forces people to listen. When you pause, you create a moment of expectation. People lean in, waiting for what comes next. This makes them more engaged. It ensures that when you do speak, your words land with greater force. Silence also gives weight to your most important points. If you rush from one idea to the next, your message can blur together. But when you stop to let a key point sink in, it stays in the listener's mind. The pause allows them to absorb and reflect. It gives them time to process and understand before you continue. Great speakers know how to use silence strategically. They don't just pause randomly, they place silence exactly where it enhances their message. A well-timed pause before a key statement builds anticipation. A pause after a strong point lets the message resonate. This technique makes even simple words more impactful. Using silence effectively also means being comfortable with it. Many people fill gaps in conversation with unnecessary words because they feel uneasy. They ramble, repeat themselves, or use filler phrases. But true authority comes from being in control of the moment. If you can hold silence confidently, you show that you are not afraid of it. You show that you are leading the conversation, not being led by it. Silence is especially powerful in situations where you need to assert leadership. In negotiations, a pause can shift the balance of power. Instead of rushing to respond, staying silent makes the other person feel the need to fill the space. This can lead them to reveal more than they intended. It puts you in control without saying a word. In difficult conversations, silence creates space for thought. When emotions run high, many people react impulsively, but those who understand the power of silence know that pausing before responding prevents unnecessary conflict. It allows them to choose their words carefully, ensuring that what they say is intentional and effective. Silence also conveys confidence in a way that words cannot. When someone speaks too quickly or too much, it can signal insecurity. But when someone pauses before speaking, it shows composure. It tells the listener that this person is deliberate, that they are choosing their words with purpose. This strengthens credibility and makes their message more persuasive. Another way silence enhances authority is by commanding attention. If you are in a room full of people and suddenly stop speaking, the silence creates a shift. It breaks the pattern of constant sound, drawing focus back to you. This is why powerful leaders and public speakers use pauses to regain control of an audience. Strategic silence also increases the emotional impact of a message. When discussing something serious or profound, a pause adds weight to your words. It allows the listener to feel the depth of what you are saying instead of rushing past it. Even in everyday conversations, silence can change the way people perceive you. If you speak less but say more, people will pay closer attention. They will respect your words because they know you don't speak just to fill space. They will recognize that when you do speak, it is worth listening to. Learning to use silence effectively requires practice. It means becoming comfortable with moments of stillness. It means resisting the urge to speak out of habit and instead choosing to pause with intention. The more you master this skill, the more authority you will project. When you speak with confidence and allow silence to work in your favor, your words carry greater influence. They command respect. They leave a lasting impression, because sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing at all. Chapter 9. Stop talking too much to gain more respect. Talking too much can weaken your presence, diminish your influence, and make others take you less seriously. Many people believe that speaking frequently will make them appear knowledgeable, persuasive, or important. But the reality is, those who talk excessively often lose the respect of those around them. If you want people to listen when you speak, you must learn to say less. Respect is not earned through the sheer volume of words, it is earned through the weight of your words. When someone speaks constantly, their words start to lose significance. Others begin to tune them out, assuming that most of what they say is not essential. On the other hand, when someone speaks only when necessary, their words carry greater value. People listen closely because they know that when this person speaks, it is worth their attention. One of the main reasons people talk too much is the fear of silence. They worry that if they stop talking, there will be an awkward pause, or they will lose control of the conversation. But silence is not your enemy. It is a tool that strengthens your authority. Those who can remain silent without discomfort project confidence. They do not need to fill every moment with words, because they understand that their presence alone commands respect. Another reason people overtalk is the desire to impress. They want to prove their intelligence, share every detail, or ensure they are fully understood. But true intelligence is not shown through endless talking, it is shown through the ability to communicate effectively and concisely. The most respected individuals do not need to prove themselves with excessive words. Their actions, their insights, and their ability to get to the point make a stronger impression than long-winded explanations ever could. When you talk too much, you also run the risk of revealing too much. Oversharing can weaken your position, whether in personal conversations, business negotiations, or leadership situations. The more you say, the more opportunities you give others to find gaps in your arguments, challenge your points, or take advantage of your words. Those who are strategic with their speech maintain control over how they are perceived. They choose their words carefully, ensuring that everything they say serves a purpose. Listening is a crucial skill that many overlook. People who talk too much often fail to listen effectively. They focus more on what they are going to say next, rather than truly hearing what the other person is saying. This makes them appear self-centered, impatient, or uninterested in others. But when you listen more than you speak, you show respect for others' thoughts and perspectives. This, in turn, makes people respect you more. The ability to remain quiet and let others talk also gives you an advantage in any conversation. It allows you to gather more information, understand people's motivations, and respond in a way that is precise and impactful. Those who dominate conversations miss out on valuable insights. But those who listen first and speak second ensure that when they do speak, their words are well-informed and meaningful. Respect is built through self-discipline. If you are mindful of how much you talk and make an effort to say only what is necessary, people will begin to notice. They will appreciate your ability to get to the point without unnecessary elaboration. They will recognize that you are not speaking to hear yourself talk, but to contribute something valuable. Another key to earning respect is allowing your words to stand on their own. Many people feel the need to over-explain or justify their points. They repeat themselves in different ways, hoping to drive their message home. But this often has the opposite effect. Instead of reinforcing their point, it makes them seem unsure or desperate for validation. A confident speaker trusts that their words are enough. They say what they mean, and then they stop. The more you practice restraint in your speech, the more control you gain over your presence. You become someone whose words have weight, whose opinions matter, and whose presence commands attention. Instead of being someone who talks endlessly but says little, you become someone who speaks with purpose and leaves a lasting impact. If you want to gain more respect, you must understand that less is more. Speak when you have something meaningful to say. Listen more than you talk. Embrace silence as a tool of authority. And most importantly, recognize that the most powerful voices are not the loudest. They are the ones that know when to speak and when to hold back. Chapter 10. Deliver your message with confidence and precision. Confidence and precision are the two pillars of impactful communication. When you speak with certainty and clarity, your message becomes unshakable. People trust those who sound sure of themselves. They respect those who communicate without hesitation. If you want your words to influence, persuade, and inspire, you must eliminate uncertainty and replace it with conviction. Many people struggle with confidence when they speak. They second-guess their thoughts, overthink their delivery, or worry about how others will perceive them. This hesitation weakens their message. When someone stumbles through their words or fills their speech with uncertainty, it becomes difficult to take them seriously. On the other hand, when someone speaks with confidence, their message lands with impact. Confidence is not about volume. You don't need to speak loudly to command attention. It's about certainty. A person who speaks in a steady, controlled tone while delivering a clear message will always be more persuasive than someone who raises their voice but lacks conviction. Confidence is felt in the way you carry yourself, in the way you pause before speaking, and in the way you articulate your thoughts without unnecessary fillers. Precision is what makes confidence effective. Many people think that speaking longer or adding more detail strengthens their message, but the opposite is true. The most respected communicators don't waste words. They get to the point without distractions. Every word they choose has purpose. Their sentences are structured to deliver impact. They do not dilute their message with extra explanations or unnecessary repetition. When you combine confidence with precision, you create a message that is impossible to ignore. Your audience doesn't have to struggle to understand you. They don't have to filter through excessive words to find meaning. Instead, they receive exactly what they need in a way that is clear, direct, and memorable. One of the keys to delivering a message with confidence is preparation. When you are well prepared, hesitation disappears. You do not have to search for words or second-guess yourself. You already know what you want to say, and you say it without hesitation. Preparation eliminates doubt, and when doubt is gone, confidence takes its place. However, confidence is not just about knowing your material. It is also about trusting yourself. Many people have the knowledge, but they undermine themselves by hesitating or over-explaining. If you want others to believe in what you say, you must believe in it first. You must trust that your message is enough, without adding unnecessary justifications. A strong delivery is not rushed. When people lack confidence, they often speak too quickly, trying to get through their message before they lose their train of thought. But true confidence is unhurried. It allows space between words. It embraces pauses. A confident speaker knows that silence can be just as powerful as speech. Precision in speech means eliminating distractions. Avoid filler words. Remove anything that weakens your message. Words like you know, and I think signal uncertainty. If you want to be taken seriously, train yourself to speak with intention. Say only what is necessary. Every sentence should serve a purpose. Being precise also means structuring your message effectively. Start strong. Make your point clear from the beginning. If you take too long to get to the point, your audience may lose interest before they understand your message. End with impact. A confident speaker does not trail off or leave their audience wondering what they meant. They finish with clarity, making sure their point is understood and remembered. Confidence is reinforced through body language. If your posture is weak, your voice will follow. Stand or sit tall. Make eye contact. Avoid nervous gestures. A confident stance supports a confident voice. People will not only hear your words, but also feel the certainty behind them. Precision also applies to tone. A monotone delivery makes even the most powerful words fall flat. Use variation in your voice. Emphasize key points. A well-placed change in tone can add weight to your words, making them more engaging and compelling. One of the biggest barriers to confident, precise speech is fear. Fear of being judged, fear of making mistakes, fear of not being good enough. But those who master communication understand that fear is irrelevant. They do not focus on how they will be perceived. They focus on delivering their message in the best possible way. The best speakers are not those who know the most words. They are the ones who know how to use words effectively. They do not waste energy on unnecessary explanations. They do not speak just to fill space. They deliver their message with certainty, clarity, and purpose. Confidence and precision set you apart. They make you a speaker people respect. They ensure that when you speak, people listen. Because when you remove uncertainty and sharpen your message, your words become a force that cannot be ignored. Chapter 11. Limit your words to increase your influence. Speaking less is not about being silent. It is about choosing your words carefully, making them count, and letting them carry weight. Most people talk too much without realizing that every extra word weakens the impact of what they are saying. If you want to be someone who commands respect, who influences others, and who leaves a lasting impression, then you must learn to limit your words. Think about the people you admire, the ones who hold your attention when they speak. They do not ramble. They do not fill the air with unnecessary words. They get to the point, and when they speak, people listen. This is not a coincidence. It is a skill, and it is one you can develop. When you talk too much, your words lose value. The more you say, the less people remember. If you give too many details, if you explain too much, if you repeat yourself, people stop paying attention. They start waiting for you to finish instead of truly listening. But when you speak with intention, when you say only what needs to be said, your words become powerful. People pay attention because they know that what you say matters. This is not just about sounding more confident. It is about being more effective. When you limit your words, you force yourself to think before you speak. You become more aware of what truly needs to be said and what is just noise. This makes you sharper, more precise, and more respected. The first step to mastering this is self-awareness. Pay attention to how much you notice when you are speaking just to fill silence. Ask yourself, does this need to be said? Will this add value? If the answer is no, stay quiet. It is better to say one meaningful sentence than a dozen pointless ones. Another key is to embrace silence. Most people are uncomfortable with silence, so they rush to fill it. They keep talking because they think it makes them look more confident, more in control. But the opposite is true. Those who are comfortable with silence appear more powerful. They do not need to prove themselves with words. They let their presence do the work. When you pause before speaking, you give your words more weight. People lean in. They pay attention. They sense that what you are about to say is worth hearing. A well-placed silence can be more powerful than a long. It builds anticipation, it commands attention, and it makes your message more impactful. Being brief does not mean being cold or distant. It means being clear. It means respecting the time and attention of those listening. If you have something important to say it in a way that makes people remember. Do not waste their time with words that do not matter. People respect those who respect their time. The more direct and concise you are, the more people will appreciate and value what you say. They will trust you more because they know you will not waste their attention. This applies in every area of life, in conversations, in meetings, in speeches, wherever words are exchanged. The one who speaks with clarity and purpose always has the upper hand. The person who talks too much loses credibility. The person who speaks with precision gains authority. The best leaders, the best speakers, the most influential people in the world understand this. They do not talk just to talk. They talk to make an impact. They measure their words. They speak with intention, and they use silence as a tool. If you want to increase your influence, start by cutting out unnecessary words. Speak only when you have something meaningful to say. Say it clearly, say it strongly, and then you will notice that people start listening to you more. You will notice that when you speak, your words carry more. Chapter 12. Speak directly to make people truly listen. Speaking directly is the key to making people truly listen. When your words are clear, strong, and to the point, they demand attention. People respect those who get straight to the message instead of dancing around it. If you want your words to have an impact, you must remove anything that weakens them. Every time you speak, you are either gaining influence or losing it. If you hesitate, over-explain, or add unnecessary details, people will tune out. But when you get straight to the heart of what needs to be said, your words cut through the noise. They stand out. They matter. Most people struggle with this because they are afraid of being too direct. They worry about how their words will be received. They try to soften their message with extra words, hoping to sound polite or thoughtful. But all they do is weaken their voice. Being direct does not mean being rude. It means being clear. It means saying exactly what needs to be said in a way that cannot be ignored. Think about the people whose words leave an impact on you. They do not waste time. They do not add fluff. They say what needs to be said, and they say it in a way that sticks. That is why you remember them. That is why their words have power. If you want to develop this skill, you need to remove weak language from your speech. Stop using words that dilute your message. Words like I think, maybe, kind of, or just take away your strength. Instead of saying, I think this might be a good idea, say, this is a good idea. Instead of saying, maybe we should consider this, say, we should do this. Every time you remove weak words, you add strength to your message. People respond to when you speak directly, you show certainty. You show that you believe in what you are saying. And when you believe in your words, others believe in them too. That is why direct communication builds. It shows people that you are sure of yourself, that you are someone who means what they say. Another mistake people make is explaining too much. They believe that adding extra words will make their message clearer, but it does the opposite. The more you explain, the less people remember. If you want people to truly listen, You need to trust that they will understand. Say what matters, and then stop. Let your words stand on their own. Speaking directly also means choosing strong words. Weak words fade into the background. Strong words stand. If you want to be heard, use words that create an impact. Instead of saying, "It would be nice if we could finish this soon," say, "This needs to be finished now." Instead of saying, "We might have a problem," say, "We." The stronger your words, the more people listen. Pausing is another way to make your words more powerful. When you speak without stopping, your words blend together. But when you pause, you give people time to absorb what you are saying. A well-placed pause forces people to pay attention. It creates tension. It makes them wait for what comes next. People often overlook the importance of tone. The way you say something is just as important as the words you choose. If you want people to listen, you must speak with authority. Your tone should match your message. If you are giving a command, sound like you mean it. If you are making a statement, say it with conviction. Your voice should reflect the strength of your words. Being direct does not mean being harsh. You can be firm without being aggressive. The key is to be clear and intentional. People respect honesty. They appreciate when someone speaks openly, instead of hiding behind vague words. When you say exactly what you mean, people trust you more. They know they can rely on your words. Direct communication saves time. It eliminates confusion. It prevents misunderstanding. Chapter 13. Say only what matters to earn real respect. Respect is not given to those who talk the most. It is given to those who speak with purpose. Every word you say either strengthens your credibility or weakens it. If you waste words, people will start to tune you out. But when you speak only what matters, your voice carries weight. People take you seriously because they know that when you speak, it is worth listening to. The biggest mistake people make is saying too much. They think more words will make them sound smarter, more persuasive, or more important. But the opposite is true. The more you talk, the more likely it is that your message gets lost. When you say only what is necessary, people listen more intently. They remember your words because they are clear, focused, and earning real respect starts with understanding that not everything needs to be said. Many people talk out of habit, filling the air with unnecessary words. But those who earn respect speak with precision. They do not waste their breath on things that do not matter. They focus on what is truly important, and that makes their words stand out. If you want to be respected, start by removing anything from your speech that does not serve a purpose. Avoid rambling, repeating yourself, or adding details that do not strengthen your message. Every time you open your mouth, ask yourself, does this need to be said? Will this make an impact? If not, stay silent. Silence is more powerful than empty words. People respect those who value their time. When you speak concisely, you show that you respect not only your own words, but also the attention of others. When people know that you do not waste words, they will listen more closely. They will trust that whatever you say is important. Being respected is not about being loud. It is about being intentional. It is about having the discipline to say only what is necessary. This does not mean being distant or cold. It means being clear. It means ensuring that every word has a purpose. To master this, you must learn to pause before speaking. Most people speak without thinking, but those who earn respect take a moment to consider their words. They choose the strongest way to say what needs to be said. This makes their words sharper, more direct, and more effective. When you focus on what matters, your words gain. You do not have to convince people to listen. They will naturally pay attention because they know that you do not waste words. They will respect you because they know that when you speak, you mean it. Every conversation is an opportunity to build respect. If you talk just to fill silence, people will learn to ignore you. But if you speak only when necessary, people will learn to pay attention. They will know that when you open your mouth, it is because you have something important to say. Respect is built over time, and every word you speak contributes to it. If you want people to take you seriously, you must take your words seriously. Say only what matters. Say it with confidence, and then say nothing else. That is how you earn real respect. Chapter 14. Control your speech to command instant attention. Controlling your speech is the fastest way to command attention. When you master how you speak, people take notice. They stop what they are doing. They absorb your words because there is something about the way you speak that demands their focus. This is not about being louder, it is about being intentional. It is about having complete control over your words, your tone, and your delivery. The moment you start speaking, people make a decision. Will they listen or will they ignore you? If your words are scattered, hesitant or weak, their minds will drift. But if you speak with control, if every word has a purpose, they will be drawn in. They will feel that what you are saying is important, even before they fully understand it. People naturally pay attention to those who speak with certainty. If you sound unsure, they will assume you are not worth listening to. But if your voice is steady, if your words are strong, they will lean in. They will want to hear more. This is why controlling your speech starts with controlling your emotions. Many people talk too fast when they are nervous. They fill the silence with extra words because they fear being misunderstood. But true confidence is knowing that your words are enough. It is resisting the urge to explain too much, to rush, or to overcompensate. The best speakers know that speaking slowly and deliberately makes people listen. When you pace yourself, you create space for your words to land. You give your audience time to absorb your message. You show them that you are in control. People respect that. They respond to it. Another key to commanding attention is eliminating weak language. Words like and make you sound unsure. They clutter your speech and weaken your presence. If you want to sound strong, cut them out. Replace hesitation with silence. Pausing between thoughts gives your words more power. It forces people to stay. It signals that you are confident in what you are saying. Your tone matters just as much as your words. If your tone is flat, people will not feel the urgency behind your message. But if you add emphasis where it matters, if you shift your tone to match the meaning of your words, you keep them engaged. Your voice should rise and fall naturally. It should match the seriousness, excitement, or conviction of what you are saying. Commanding attention is also about knowing when to stop. People lose interest when a speaker drags on. The moment you have made your point, stop talking. Let your words sink in. Let silence do the work. The strongest communicators do not just know what to say, they know when to say nothing. Speaking with control is not just about how you sound, it is about what you project. It is about showing certainty, clarity, and presence. When you master this, people cannot ignore you. They listen. They remember. Chapter 15. Cut the excess words to sound more powerful. Powerful speech is not about saying more, it is about saying what matters. Too many people believe that adding extra words makes them sound smarter, more persuasive, or more important. But the truth is, excess words weaken your message. They dilute your meaning. They make you sound unsure, hesitant, or unfocused. If you want to sound powerful, you must learn to cut everything that does not serve a purpose. Every extra word you use takes attention away from the ones that actually matter. The longer you talk, the more likely it is that your listener will miss the key point. They will struggle to separate what is important from what is just noise. But when you strip your words down to their strongest form, people listen. They understand you immediately. They remember what you said. Cutting excess words does not mean speaking in short, choppy sentences. It means removing the weak parts of your speech, the filler words, the unnecessary details, the over-explanations. It means saying exactly what you mean in the clearest way possible. Most people add unnecessary words without realizing it. They say, "In my opinion, I think that maybe this could be a good idea," when they could just say, "This is a good idea." They say, "Basically what I'm trying to say is that we should probably move forward with this plan," instead of simply saying, "We should move forward." These extra words add nothing. They do not make you sound smarter. They do not make your message strong. They only weaken your voice. If you want people to listen, you must remove everything that does not add value. Strong communicators do not waste words. They know that every word carries weight. They do not say, "I was just wondering if I could possibly ask a quick." They say, "I have a question." They do not say, "It kind of seems like this might be an issue." They say, "This is an issue." The difference is night and day. One sounds uncertain. The other sounds powerful. Cutting excess words is also about being direct. Instead of explaining your point from 5 different angles, say it once, say it clearly, and let it stand. The more ways you try to explain something, the more your message gets lost. If people do not understand the first time, repeating yourself will not help. What will help is finding a stronger, clearer way to say it. When you cut the excess, your voice gains impact. People do not have to work to understand you. They do not have to filter through unnecessary words to get to the point. They hear you. They get the message, and they respect you. Speaking powerfully is not about saying less. It is about saying what matters. Remove the fluff. Cut the weak words. Speak with strength, and you will notice the difference. People will listen more closely. They will take you more seriously. They will remember what you say. Because when you eliminate the excess, every word you speak commands attention.